メリークリスマス。君もいい聖夜を。
Hello everybody, Vigo's Apprentice here, and we are back at it again with another unit overview slash should I pull. This one is an event character, so it's going to be a little bit different from the usual. So we have the new unit, Holiday Frolic Beatrix. Now right off the bat, this unit is a red tank unit. So we're going to dip in to see like how it stacks up to the other tanks in the regular character pool. But aesthetically, I think she looks great, and I'm really excited for the iris that is coming out soon. But this video is about Beatrix, so let's just dip right into her. Now, right off the bat, I'm just going to go ahead and cover the abilities right away, just dip into the fun part right off the bat. Here we have her ultimate. It is called Scroll of Dove. And now what this is going to do is it's going to inflict 300% damage on all enemies. It's going to reduce the damage received for all red elemental allies by 30% for 10 seconds. And then recovers your own HP by 100% of the attack. Now, this ultimate, I would say it's nothing to brag home about. I mean, you have it, the damage on all the enemies, and it does reduce a lot of damage. For your red allies, all of them, so that's good. It's not just a centimeter game. When it's awakened, you'll just see a boost there. It'll jump from 30 to 60%. So Scroll of Dove Awakened is going to be really nice when it's awakened. Next, we'll go into the Enjoy Your Gift. Now this one, you raise your own defense by 25% for 10 seconds. Always good with tanks. And what's even better is this next part, further shields damage 250% of the skill user's attack for 15 seconds. Now any tank with a shield is just really good on its own, especially if you're raising your own defense and then you got a shield on top of that. That's going to make this tank harder to take down, and that's always nice. This is probably one of those things you're going to want to see in the roadmap right away, because it's pretty good. Especially when it jumps and it pretty much buffs the shield by a whopping like 150% more, and then 30%, little 5% increase on the defense. But yeah, that's you're gonna want that on the roadmap right away. Then we have Giant Snowball. Now this was kind of advertised for her because of the knockback. So this one inflicts knockback on a single enemy with the highest attack by 200 centimeters, and it further inflicts 100% damage. Now, with this knockback, I think it's just very situational on what you're going to be trying to pull. Now, I think this is pretty unique. So, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to be knocking back that enemy that has the highest attack, and they're going to have to like walk to their position or whatever. And especially if you have like certain characters that do like AoE damage within a certain centimeter radius. So this isn't a bad ability for Arena. Now, if we're talking about just bosses and stuff, you know, not so much. But, yeah, that's Giant Snowball there. And then Awakened is just a 50% damage. So this one on the Awakening roadmap, I mean, it's like the 50% is not enough to, like, make a difference really. So it's kind of like a wasted awakening there. It'd be better if it like hiked up the damage like way more than just 50%, but it is a tank, so you know, there's that. Then the last ability we have is the Holiday Frolic ability, and it's 10 seconds after the start of wave. Recover SP of a single ally with the highest attack by 500%. Now that is going to be good because you can have some of your allies, especially like for events. Now this is something more geared towards events, and it might be even good for Arena because you might be able to get, if you're able to live long enough, especially if you want to play around a team with a lot of shielding and a lot of beefy characters, you'll be able to give your ally with the highest attack, the one you want to have the SP, they'll have it, and they might be able to achieve an ultimate in Arena, or you're going to be able to do maybe 2 ultimates in, like, for bosses and events. So this is probably her best move, is the Holiday Frolic with the SP boost. And then Awakened, it's just 100 more. Like I said, I mean, I wish it was a little bit more significant, or it tacked on something better, because we've had a lot of units, like especially Shadow Fest units, that come in and they're able to sweep with how much they're able to do. So, but I will go over her base stats, just like I do with any other character. So here's power to healing, pause if you need to. And then from healing to overheal, there is no overheal. And the only grouping she has is Elf. Alright, now let's go to her Awakening roadmap. Now right off the bat, we have the Enjoy Your Gift. Now this is the one that you want right away, so getting her A1 is actually really good. So at least it's good to see that in the roadmap. So if you do grind out the event, like if you pull her and then you grind out the event, you can get her to A1, and that's pretty good in itself, because now you just got yourself a more beefy tank with just that alone, raising your own defense and being able to put a shield on yourself. Really, really good. And then next we have the Awakened ability, which is the Scroll of Dove. This is kind of what we want to see, because we're getting that 30% to a 60% reduced damage for the 10 seconds on the red elementals. That's kind of what you want to see. A1 and A2 are really good here. And then A3 is that Snowball. Like I said, the Snowball Awakened is like just only 50% more damage. Damage is damage, but it's just probably the worst Awakening on the roadmap there. It'd be better if it was replaced with this gear slot that we get at A4. The gear slot is definitely good, but of course with the A5 it is the Holiday Frolic. It is only 100 boost, so it's not really a bad thing if you don't get it to A5, because that's only 100 more boost. So it's not too much of a difference anyway. So it's awesome that her A1 and A2 are probably the better ones here, especially like the A1. So Enjoy Your Gift, having it here in the A1 is really good in itself. So I'd say overall that's a pretty decent Awakening roadmap. Now begs the final question, should I pull Holiday Frolic Beatrix? And what I have to that answer is, it really kind of depends. I feel like she's got a lot of arena potential. I don't think she's a bad tank by any means, but I would still rather have the Rose 666 as my tank anyway, and that's just found in the regular character pool. She's able to have just a lot more better skills than Beatrix, because if we're comparing these two tanks, right, Rose is going to be able to have the crit rate raised for your allies, and that's big in itself. And we have a better ultimate that she could do, raises the defense of all allies, not just red. That's why this Rose tank, I would say this Rose tank in the regular character pool is better than Beatrix, unfortunately. So I wouldn't replace, if you have a Rose, I wouldn't replace it. But, I mean, I feel like Holiday Frolic Beatrix still has a lot of potential in Arena. I feel like there's a lot of potential there. The Snowball knockback is a very interesting concept, but I think it's very situational, and if you have, the right units to pair with it, it could be good. But I personally would not pull this tank, especially when there's a better option of the Rose 666. But if you are just a fan of Beatrix and you like the Christmas holiday stuff, I'd say go ahead and pull it. She's not the worst red tank, so that's kind of where I leave it at that. If you really like the character itself, I always go for for something like that. If you really want it. Because, I mean, just having a row 666 is a better option, and that's in the regular character pool, and you can get that with the tickets at some point, or just in regular summons on banners. You'll eventually run into her. But that's kind of where I leave it. It's up to you how you want to take that information. Anyways, Vigo, signing off.